In this video, I am going to show you how you can give your reader choices as to what happens in your story. At any point, please feel free to pause this video or rewind it as many times as you need to so that you understand the directions. And at the end of the video, if you are still confused what to do, please let me know right away and I can help you out. So let's get started. Here I have the Padlet and a column that I've created for myself. Now, as you can see, I've added a short story of my own, so now my column basically looks like your column. It's got my name at the top and it's got a short story in there. Now, before we continue the story, we're going to do something. So, what you're going to do is you're going to go right up here to the left, here where it says Padlet, and you're going to click on that. Okay. Now what you're going to do is go up to where it says Make a Padlet. You're going to click on that. And something like this should come up. And what you need to click on is right over to the right side of the page where it says Shelf. And when you see Shelf, you're going to click on that. And it will create a Padlet. You can rename the Padlet whatever you want. You could put it the name of your story, or kind of whatever you want, and you can put a little description if you want to. Then you just click next, and now you're all set. Now what you're going to do is go up here, and your first column should just very simply be called column 1. Then you're going to create another column, called column 2, and then a third called column 3. Very simple. Then you'll have this. Then what you're going to do is come up here at the top and copy the URL. So that was a lot of steps. If you want to pause the video right here, you can go back and go over those steps and pause after each step if you need to. Take your time and make sure you've created this second Padlet correctly and that you've copied the URL, the address. And once you've done that, come back to this spot in the video and continue. Or if you were able to get it the first time around, pretty hot stuff, if you can do it that quickly, then we will continue. Once you have all that done, you are going to return to the original Padlet, which we're looking at right now. Now I'm going to read through my story and then I'm going to show you what to do. So, one day there was a middle school kid named Harrison. He woke up as usual and began his day just like he always had. He got up, brushed his teeth, gave a quick to his mom, grabbed a bite, and headed down to the bus stop. As he got on the bus, he noticed most of the kids were either asleep or looked like they were on the verge of death. Ugh, he thought, another day in paradise. When he got to school, things seemed a little quieter than usual, but otherwise a morning like all the rest. He dragged his way to homeroom and grabbed a seat. As he sat down and put his head on the desk to grab a few more minutes of sleep, he heard a weird groaning sound. Looking around, he realized all of his classmates had become zombies. Okay, so lots of opportunity for some fun, crazy stuff to happen next. This is what you're going to do. Right down here, what I've done is I've given the reader the option to choose 3 different things that might happen to Harrison. The first one if Harrison runs away, read column 1. So whatever you put here, whatever's in your story, whatever the first choice is, after you type that in, you're going to type in read column 1. Then whatever second choice you have in your story, you're going to put that here and put read column 2. And then whatever the choice is in your story for the third option, you're going to put that here and put read column 3. So what I've given the reader the ability to choose is, what happens to Harrison next? Does he run away? If he runs away, read column 1. If he starts to fight the zombies, the reader's going to read column 2. If he takes out his lightsaber, the reader is going to read column 3. Now, what you're going to do, if you're not already kind of in edit mode, you're going to go down to the bottom here. Watch this, you'll like this. And paste the URL address to the next Padlet. Okay. Then, when the reader reads your story, they will decide which choice they want for your story, and then they will click on this Padlet, and you will have written each of the options in these columns. So, if someone is reading my story and they decide that Harrison runs away, they will go in and say what happens if he runs away in column 1. If they decide he's going to fight the zombies, they'll write that story in column 2. And if he takes out his lightsaber, they know they will read column 3. And this will give the reader options as to what happens. Now, that was a lot of directions. Again, I encourage you to rewind this video and watch it as much as you need to. And if you're still unclear at the very end of the video, then please reach out to me right away so I can help you. I think this could be a lot of fun. The idea is that when you are done these options, that you let some, maybe other kids in this class or anyone, read your story. Hopefully you can kind of see that whether you finish all of this or not really doesn't matter before Thursday. The idea is just to have fun working on it. But maybe you can see that if you want to, once you're done column 1, you could end column 1 with 2 or 3 more choices, and you would create a Padlet for that. For column 2, the same thing, column 3. So this could really almost like spiderweb into a gigantic story where people basically decide what happens to your characters if you want to do that. So I hope you have fun with this. I hope this was all clear, and have fun, have a blast. That's why we're here. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. If you have any questions or you want any, input as to what you're doing, please let me know. Good luck.